For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
The island has recorded another homicide, and understanding that this incident occurred in the presence of a preschooler. Welcome to another edition of the most monitored talk show in the world, and this is NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the YouTube channel. My name is Timothy Poleon. We go up until 2 o'clock this afternoon with your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. Kimani will be going through some of your comments in the chat room. Still applying something to the hair and to the face to keep image intact. Anyway, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. You'll see in just a moment. All right, a homicide occurring in Kako, Babano yesterday afternoon at about 4:20. We continue to say this, It's a repetition. The island has recorded another homicide. That's the lead to most of our stories in St. Lucia pertaining to such fatal incidents. It's as if all you need is the lead to that story, add the details, which include the name, the sex of the individual, the age, where they are from, and you add police are still investigating the incident. And we just move on. Next story, next development. Do you know that we have a national security minister? We have a home affairs minister. We also have a crime prevention minister. I just can't understand, in the case of the latter, why would anyone want to take on that portfolio? Crime prevention minister. Simply put, you are there to prevent crimes from occurring. And since Mr. Jeremiah Norbert has taken on that position, we have had at least 10 homicides, so he has not prevented them. But Mr. Jeremiah is getting all set on Friday of this week to take on a particular course of action that is aimed at doing what? Protecting the victory. It is all about protecting the victory. And there's a flyer which says, Honorable Jeremiah Norbert 3-year anniversary celebration, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., Miku Constituency Office on the 26th of July, 2024. Amidst the string of murders that we continue to record in St. Lucia, I think we're at about 45. What is there to celebrate? What is there to celebrate? What are you saying to the victims of those countless homicides which have occurred under your watch between 2021 and 2024? What are you saying to the relatives of the latest murder victim? What are you talking about? The loss of a life. And you know the cliche, one life lost is one life too many. This has been abused, overused, and also misused. We take those things for granted. And I think the same obtains for the government of the day. A lot more. Another one has perished. So the latest victim is 38-year-old Devon Maximin of Talvern, Babonneau. And we have a picture. We'll show you the picture of the victim. This incident, as I told you earlier on, occurred sometime after 4, so the police received the report at about 20 minutes after 4 yesterday afternoon, and the incident occurring at Kako, Babonneau. And again, I read somewhere that this latest homicide might have occurred in the presence of a preschooler, because it's a photograph, and if you zoom in on the photograph, you will see that, not this one we're about to show you, but you will see that there is a youngster believed to be the son of the deceased who is somewhere in the door of a home. And you just cannot help but feel the pain of that youngster. And the government has reason or reasons to celebrate. The government, you cannot celebrate amidst all this. And I know that the government will cherry pick and point to gains that are being made in universal health care, attempts that are being made to reconstruct the St. Jude Hospital, talk about growth there and growth over there, and talk about Carnival, and talk about before that the hosting of the Jazz Festival and so many visitors to our shores. Those same people who are reporting those quote-unquote good news, you think they'd be in a position, they'd be in the mood to celebrate right now if, let's say, yesterday, a relative, a close relative, a father, brother, sister, was gunned down? Because it appears that is the most common way to lose your life in St. Lucia in terms of a murder. And there's this deafening silence on the part of our cabinet of ministers as far as the crime situation is concerned in our country. You don't get the sense that they're upset, that they're troubled by this, because it's en passant, in passing, that they make reference to the crime situation in our country, because they don't want you to get to your senses and to understand that the government is helpless and clueless as far as tackling this scourge, this plague, this malady. And don't tell me let's focus primarily on the police. We did not elect the police, and also we do not determine who is the island's police commissioner. Who makes that determination? Primarily the Prime Minister of the country. Whoever is at the helm of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force is determined right now, because he's in the hot seat, by Philip J. Pierre, who is the Prime Minister and who is the National Security Minister and who is also the Finance Minister. He is not responsible for the crime problem directly, but he is in charge of our country, of our very lives. He determines whether we live or die to a certain extent. Because if you cannot provide a quality health care, you know how many people might have perished at some of our health institutions because of the inadequate services that are being provided, or maybe the lack of medication? Who knows? So if you want to be Prime Minister, you have to understand it comes with a huge responsibility. Would you want to be in charge of the water and sewage company? That might not be a good example, but do you want to be in charge of Wasco? And every time there is a shortage of water, anytime you cannot get potable water or water out of your tap, you have to blame Wasco in general, but you have to blame as well who is at the helm of the water utility company. And the same obtains for your internet, the telecommunications provider, etc. So right now, the one is at the helm of the government. I think he likes to say he's, I think, the 9th Prime Minister of St. Lucia. And he's on record of having said before the elections that he is the most readied individual to serve as PM. I'm saying all this because we need to focus on the several issues that are affecting us in this country and find a solution. And it has to start with those people who are at the top. Now, they might see themselves right now as targets, and rightly so. You ought to be targeted because you boasted a lot. You complained a great deal before the last general election. You advertised yourselves as those people who can champion the cause of the citizenry. Whether it's tackling inflation, you claimed that you're in a position to address it. Crime, you claimed the same thing. Education, the murder rate in our country, quite serious, quite troubling. And if you were to come from a different planet, and somehow you made your way to Earth, and St. Lucia in particular, based on the behavior of those who are in authority, you get the impression that things are not too bad. And the sky is not falling. We are in a lot of trouble right now. We have been for a while, and the problem is only getting worse. Homicide after homicide. We are now at 45. And for the government, that's just another figure. 45 homicides, just another figure. And with stats, you normally don't put a face to it. You do not put a feeling to it, emotions to it, just statistics. 45 homicides. And the Prime Minister, who knows, at some point in time may tell you that the situation could have been graver. But say that to the relatives of the latest murder victim, Devon Maximin. Say that to his infant. Say that to his infant. And also, let us, as a people in this country, let's say to ourselves that things are not that bad. Things are not that bad. Let us continue to show on our television screens and our various programs the number of people who are here and the influencers, and here people from the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, talk about the number of people who came to St. Lucia, a record number. Listen to the Creative Industries Minister, and you get a sense that it is all about Carnival. The main issue, the dominant issue in this country has to be, among others, has to be crime. Crime is a serious problem in St. Lucia. We have gotten so used to it. You're not complaining. And we have just told ourselves that we have no control over it. The fatalist approach. That's what we have adopted. The other issue has to do with the Citizenship by Investment program. The impression has been given that you could just stay on your laptop and just order. Say we could order shoes and clothes online. That's the impression. You can just order a passport. Come in a package, open your package, and you just unveil your passports. Sometimes 1, 2, 3, or 4 passports. And then you have, on the other hand, so many St. Lucians calling NewsSpin to complain that they cannot get access to the passports. Cannot get a new passport. They cannot get a passport renewed. Have to pull teeth, pull some strings, get it from a particular private entity. But the authorities have a lot of passports for sale. Could be 7,000 in one instance, and then another 7,000, because it is all about the money. And in terms of your needs, they are being put on hold. And, you're not part of the conversation. And this is real, This whole thing about the sale of your passports, you're not part of the conversation. You turn on the news, you turn on NewsSpin, you turn on the DBS News World, and you get to hear all those things about the sale of your passports, etc., how much it costs, and whether the government wants to sign the MOA because maybe some interest has not gotten the 7,000 passports it's supposed to have gotten, etc., etc., etc. You are not part of the deal, the wheeling and dealing that takes place in this country. To the extent, if one of your representatives, a reporter, would ask a question of a government minister regarding the number of passports that have been issued, you know what that government minister will say? And we have the evidence. We might as well just get to that clip of how a government minister will respond to a question pertaining to passports in St. Lucia.
How many passports
But again,
has Galaxy sold, or have you allocated towards Galaxy?
I can tell you from the unit perspective, and I did so in my address, how many applications have been approved. And I think I gave those numbers in my address to the nation. You ask me how many they give. I will not here tell you they got A, B, C, or D. I will not. I mean, these are private commercial information, and I don't think I can on my own just release it. The same way I will not tell you about Carbot, or we've not even told you the details about DSH yet. We've not told you about Ojo Labs. And there are a couple of other companies that have never even became public. They only became to our knowledge when we got into government.
But what does it hurt, Minister? Because at the end of the day, Galaxy is the sole agent in the real estate option, and it's already closed.
No, there were two. And if you go on the website, you'd have seen Aspina Hotel by DSH on the website.
But we know that's not happening, and
Right,
so it's
right.
really Galaxy.
Oh, you
but
know it's
but
not
it's already
happening?
but it's already closed.
Huh?
But Galaxy, the Galaxy project,
Yeah.
as you indicated,
Oh, the
fully
real-
subscribed, so
yeah.
it's closed.
Right.
So what does it really hurt to let us know?
Well, let me ask
the number of
Galaxy if they have any
passports?
issues with their commercial information being made public.
We don't believe that it is up to any investor to approve a government minister's information about our passports. So we will continue to be honest. And as we close, Dr. Ernest Hilaire, we want to ask you a very simple question. Have you spoken to Galaxy? Have they given you the permission to tell the people of St. Lucia where we are with the passports? We will continue to ask you that question.
Second Deputy Political Leader of the Opposition, UWP, Dominic Fede, speaking earlier today during a press conference of the party. And I suspect Mr. Hilaire or Dr. Hilaire has not gotten permission from Galaxy thus far to make that revelation to you, the people of this country. The leader of the opposition also spoke on that press conference, and also he has been addressing the whole CIP matter, the Citizenship by Investment program, and the sale of our passports.
I want to reiterate again. The CEO, Mr. Emmanuel, needs to be fired immediately. You cannot have a situation where he came and provided information to say that he went to Washington, D.C., representing the CIP unit. And the Prime Minister came back out and said he was not. He was representing himself. So who's lying? And if he went to represent the CIP unit, why would he have gone with his wife? And if he went up there by himself, why would he have gone when he's a defendant in the case? We've continuously asked this government to provide information about the infrastructure program and also the real estate program. How many files has the government given permission to Galaxy to sell under the infrastructure program? Under our administration, it was 700. It is reported by MSR that in the interview that the CEO had, he claimed, he made the statement that Galaxy was given 7,000 files to sell for the infrastructure program. He was also said that Galaxy was given 7,000 files to sell for the infrastructure program. The Minister of CIP came out in a typical lie and propaganda to mama guy everybody, to tell you what? Oh, we've only approved 1,300. So what? How many files were allocated? And if you've said that Galaxy has sold all of the files already for infrastructure, for the real estate program, that means that you have what, 5,500 files pending approval, but applications are already in. We've asked you a simple question. Where is the money going for the infrastructure program? We know the money for the real estate program is going into an escrow account. Where is the money for the infrastructure program going in?
Leader of the parliamentary opposition, Mr. Alan Chastney, speaking earlier today during a press conference of the UWP. We take your calls, all and sundry. You are free to call at 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. And Kimani is there. And to go through some of your comments in the chat room. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tim. In the chat room, someone says nothing at the hospital, but instead they blame the government. They want to do a GoFundMe. Unless it's a UWP, I'm not helping no SLP supporter. That's how hard we have become. Support your own. Another comment in the chat room, someone says, Our expectations are so low for those in government. We are actually saying we are impressed with the achievements so far. Tim, the family of those victims don't care unless it hits their door. One set of people are complaining of the state of the country.
We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin.
Yes, Tim, are you hearing me?
Loud and clear, caller.
Yes, Tim, I'm very happy that the leader of the opposition is taking decisive action by filing a case against the CIP program and everything that is going on within this government, Tim. And Tim, those guys are spending billions of dollars on jazz and tourism, while other sectors of the society, of the economy left to fend for itself, particularly in agriculture and manufacturing and whatnot. Tim, it is a time that we take decisive action against this Philip JP administration and bring those guys to justice, because far too long injustice have been plagued. We have over allegedly $3.4 billion is missing. That is 3 years of non-borrowing, 3 years of budgetary support for our country and our people. While we spend millions of dollars on jazz and carnival, people are going hungry. The hospitals have no medication. $265 million has been spent on a hospital that has yet to be accomplished. I hope that the government, the opposition leader, stick to his word and bring those guys to justice and have a separate investigation when it comes to the CIP program. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. We have another call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello. Good afternoon. Let's try again. Good afternoon. Yes. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Bon, ça c'est un gros ainsi pour les partis. Jerry Maya ça se dit qu'il y a beaucoup attirer un autre pour payer pour toi l'année. Alors, il y a invité Jean cette ici, venir célébrer les couillons tout fait, je mettais là, et puis les couillons tout, je reste à nous en cette ici. Il y a qu'à chercher mon nom là, venir célébrer un petit morceau de chicken dans le plat, avec 10 de morceaux de pain, avec des bouteilles là bien. Ça c'est un hôtel. Moi, j'ai invité, moi, j'ai encouragé, moi, c'est ici. Lâche quitter l'administration ça là pour le live. Ça, c'est mon ça là, respecter l'intelligence. Et moi, j'ai dit, à chercher assez, nous, pour l'administration Philippe J.Pierre, nous, j'ai lâche, et c'est pas plus ça là, il y a qu'à prendre pour nous. C'est ça, moi, j'ai quitté, et moi, j'ai dit tout le monde, j'ai dit, moi, j'ai live à sous Sky FM, à 8h. Bon après-midi.
Bon après-midi aussi. We have another call. This time via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to you.
And how are you?
I'm okay. How about you?
They holding on. Good afternoon, Kimani. Sometimes I always forget to say good afternoon, Kimani.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you, Kimani?
I'm fine.
You have to speak up, Kimani. How are you, Kimani?
I'm fine.
Right. Go ahead, caller.
When is the Labour Party having that so-called, what it is, progressive march? What it is?
Walk for progress.
When they having that team?
I am not too sure. I think it's later this month, towards the end of this month.
What is going on?
If somebody from the Labour Party is listening, they could always call to tell us exactly.
The government just have us, it's like forget your troubles and dance, eh? It's fat. And then St. Lucian's falling for that, go there, drink rum, music, wine, and all that kind of thing. And then at the end of the day, look at our health services, look at our health care. What's going on if it? All these millions have been spent in all these things. Why doesn't the government put that towards? They're talking about universal health care. What is universal health care? What's going on at the hospitals, Tim? You're not hearing the kind of sad stories, Tim?
Yeah.
And every time you hear it is a fete, a party there. And St. Lucian's are a nation of rum, chicken rum, and wine. When I say wine, I mean whining, dancing. You understand? That's what I'm saying. And the government be happy, that's what they do, entertain. It's just like it's clone country. We have a clone leader and we're in clone country. I'm not seeing what is happening. And St. Lucian's, every time I say that, I need St. Lucian's to wake up. Now, Tim, I want to say, and I keep saying it, politicians stop selling our passports. St. Lucian's, let's get together and tell whatever politician it is, whatever party that is governing, let them know we do not want our passports to be sold. Look for other means of revenue, Tim. We will always be in that mess with this CIP, passport, CBI, whatever. If you realize it's a scandal right through. Scandal in St. Kitts in Antigua and St. Lucia in this. Come on, St. Lucians, put your feet down and tell the politicians we do not want them to be selling our passports. Tim, thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Oh, ma'am, sorry. Thank you so much for calling.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We have another call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello. Let's try again. 452-2979. Good afternoon.
Tim, good afternoon to you.
Hi. Good afternoon to you, caller.
And good afternoon, Timani.
Hi, good afternoon.
Tim, condolences to you, to the Poleon family.
Thank you, sir.
It was just the day of the, I think he was still 93 or 95.
95.
95, I thought that was, some radio station was inclined with that because he's one of the best folk, musician that we had in that area.
And you're talking about Ramo Poleon.
Ramo Poleon. And, I thought I would have saw you there. I went and took a little drive around. But unfortunately, I couldn't. I know you're a busy man. But much of that, I listened to you there, Mr. Poleon, and I was like, when you played the clip of the CEO, Mr. Hille, and if you listen to Mr. Hille well, he turned down almost everything that Lisa Joseph asked him. He continued to take another channel about DSH and we don't know what cap border. Why don't you and you see that alone, if these fellows were to face a US court, they'll be in trouble, That alone shows so many things you can think of. The man clearly avoid completely and take another track on DSH, Ojo Lab, and Ojo Lab was a company that was employed or close to 300 to 400 young person in the South. If that was a problem, and now Ojo Lab is almost not to nothing, as I tell BPO that they're taking the slack, almost everybody, because I think the government was giving a subsidy to maintain Ojo to keep those person employed. So many things, and he completely forgot about it. Now we have to go and beg. So that, and he said, if there is something, if, then he will report. Since when we become so zero in St. Lucia? Since when? And I still can't understand, because if we can give a foreign company, Global Port Holding, to make money of our own port, big up themselves, and we're there waiting for when they make profit to get something out of it. You tell me at the end of that there will not be a serious investigation? Some head would not roll? Who authorized you to do that? And up to a day, nobody has no document, nothing to show that this is what we're going to get and this is what we're not going to get. But in the meantime, the port of Vieux-Fort, which has the biggest port there in the south there, can be developed. Nothing is not happening. Where are we in terms of, until I listen to you very well. We talk about the member from Likud North. Even urge people for celebration. 3 years of what? Of non-transparent?
So do you think that the MP for Vieux-Fort South should have a celebration in that constituency as well? What is there to celebrate in Vieux-Fort South when so many people lost their lives in such tragic circumstances during the course of the last year?
Exactly. I think a caller called you yesterday. I said a male caller talking about Vieux-Fort. Whenever time is 4-5, you have to be indoors there because you never know where a stray bullet or thereabout can take anybody out. And I'm only of the member, although he's a backbencher, should look at it because he himself failed miserably. I'm almost saying that he failed completely. And up to a day, if you heard him, he's begging for Honorable Stevenson King to give him some assistance so that he can finish those roads between Larry Shoes, Mon, Cedar Heights, and Black Bay. He's at the mercy right now of Stevenson King when he was Prime Minister for that area. You can imagine how low he is there right now. He have no idea what is going on inside there. But mind you, Labour is Labour. He will still support them and not stand for principle. Mr. Poleon, the crime situation is I know, Timmy, that you continue, you're not like those talk shows who believe everything is nice and it's good and forget about person dying there because we are used to hear that on radio. You continue to talk about the homicide after homicide. When you said we have 45 right now?
Yeah.
45 homicide in that small island. But no, let us go and celebrate. What was the purpose what was the title of the march?
A walk for progress.
Yeah, a walk for progress.
Mm-hmm.
And I can use and I think the poet can deal with that last title, a walk for progress. The poet can find a way to describe it. That is the worst. I know Kenya then wasn't that good, but that is the worst Labour Party administration that the people of St. Lucia have ever experienced in history, you know. And talking about the leader, in fact, not a leader, talking about Philip JP, who doesn't seem to understand what is going on in that country, with crime, with unemployment, with non-transparent. The man completely does not know nothing. So it's like deputy prime minister in charge, and he's doing what he wants. The man, when you asking the man question and he does not even know. And is that somebody that is going to lead St. Lucia for prosperity, for progress? Philip JP among everybody, who spent all his life there just watching can he do what he wants and could not say nothing, and he now is leading St. Lucia. You're expecting St. Lucia to be anybody expecting St. Lucia. You take a rocket scientist to come and tell you St. Lucia will be good. How St. Lucia will be good? God forbid, the time is running out. Time is running out. Like I tell them, that Magadi sa koyol. Abeza tu pase ni mago ka bon mago mi. Mun ka hema mago pe iya dila beza pour en mago. Me tamago tapie mago ka du bout pour free la poko ka ni mago ako. A lot of people should digest that different. Tamago ka vini a bout. Local passe bon pi mago ka just way vet ki ban pièce mago ada. Tayo ka vini pretty soon. And I only hope St. Lucian does not make that type of mistake again and even think of putting these people, this type of people back into leading this country. That is shame on a country that have two Nobel laureates to have person with no idea, nothing, and want to be at the helm of that and doing what they want, compromising anything, and they just don't care. Crime there, this there.
But you know, the United Workers' Party would have to put forward a credible slate of candidates, come up with the ideas and the policies to prove that it has the answers to our problems, to those issues that we're complaining about.
Tim, I agree 100%. I attended a meeting. I just tell you there was a meeting last night in that constituency in the South. And from what I'm seeing, based on we talking about 2021 and Alan Shaftney victory 2016, and 2021, we know there was a few dropout in terms of vote. And now we are seeing everything. It's like the people of St. Lucia are seeing the pinch right now, the problem. We too surprised to see a constituency branch, it's one time almost like reducing to 30 to 40 membership, and now have been boosted up very big, close to 100%, and lots of young people. So I know for sure in that constituency, everything is fine. We have heard so many names. Person want to come as far as Benry, Castries to come and run independent. Let them come. And you told me the last time it is their right.
Yes.
If you're from the constituency, it is your right. If you're not from there, it's not your right. It can't be all right when you're not from there. You cannot come and bullying people and embarrassing people.
Caller, you come across like a dictator. You have so many people who are not from Castries who have been the MP for Castries Central. Okay? People not from Grosley, they have been MPs for Grosley. And so it goes for a number of other constituencies, caller. I don't think there's anything that would indicate, that would strictly stipulate that you ought to come from the constituency in order to contest it. If you have an association you could have an association with the constituency, could have plans for the constituency, and yet still you're not born there. It happens.
I agree. Alan Shaftney was not from here.
Mm-hmm.
But the people of Mikuts, he have been into the arena in that area there, so that people decide to accept him. But if you all of a sudden overnight, a week after, you just jump there and believe you can come and embarrassing people there. to take on him, or he needs to be taken on somebody. Everybody want to now Mikut South now is, you know, one of the most solid, suitable ground now. Everybody want to come and do battle there. You know, everybody check the state.
They want to unseat Alan Chancellor. That's what it is.
Mr. Poleon, briefly, let me just say that quickly.
Why do you think? Why do you believe that not many people want to contest? As far as I'm aware, Castries East.
Well, that is the business, Mr. Poleon. I'm speaking to the constituency. You know that I'm known. I am saying, if you knew that area well, and you are one person who doesn't go anywhere for that matter, when you don't go out of your boundaries.
Yeah.
But if you knew that area well, Mr. Poleon,
you see, I travel to certain places and you never know. Okay, I just don't blow my cover, caller. I don't blow my cover.
I know your vehicle
because I know too many people are monitoring me, so sometimes I travel incognito.
Let me just say that the last time I remember you visited that particular area in the south, this gentleman asked you to host NewsSpin there. It was in the days where banana was flourishing, if I can remember well.
And I've been there several times after that.
I did visit that. I was at that studio at that time, and it was a pleasure. Thank you very much. But it's a while that has never been. And I believe one of these good days, Kimani probably can tell you that. Try to look for a place in the south to host him. Maybe a week or two, a 2-day host NewsSpin in the south too. I mean, this is St. Lucia after all. But let me just go quickly back to the state of our roads between from the Angers Gap, going up all to the Blanchard, the Risseau, Tiroche, Lacoville, Diga, Fondlon, and Maguetud, Paybush, and those places. Those areas was in a mess team. And it only takes one person, and we are referring to the Alan Michael Shaftney, like Mr. Bermuda always saying, the great man, to give us one of the best roads that we don't even have on the main highway going to Vieux-Fort. State-of-the-art playing field with football, nightly football. You could see a crystal in front of you in the night. It's so clear. Everybody want to come and enjoy, to the other constituency come and enjoy it. Welcome. But that is the work of somebody which we did not know in that area that created that for us. Multiple center, new roads, concrete roads everywhere, paved, neat and well marked. This is why we accepted. That person did not come by miracle. That is why we accepted him to give us representation. And we're satisfied with the representation we get in from him so far. And I don't believe, not even asking James that spent 15 years as an MP, although in 2006 alone his party was in government, could have ever give this constituency that, not even Sir John, the late Sir John, who dominated there, both Mikut South and Mikut North, did not give that constituency what it got. So we appreciate the man's service, and that is why we're not beggar, but we are a committed person that are creative and person that have vision and foresight. That is why St. Lucia would have been transformed, and it would have been envy of the Caribbean. But because we believe we'll get 1,500 a month, up to what none of us have not got it, we change government. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Thank you so much for calling. Still to come, somebody says, ask Shazi a particular question. This is the most monitored talk show in the world, NewsSpin.
Understanding the financial impact of job loss, First National Bank offers job loss insurance, specially designed to provide our customers support during such uncertain times. In the event you lose your job, coverage provides a financial cushion, easing your worries while helping you navigate career transitions. This coverage ensures that a job loss doesn't have to mean a financial crisis, providing you with the support that you need when you need it most. We are committed to standing by our customers in all of life's ups and downs. Our job loss insurance is more than just a policy. It's a promise of support, offering peace of mind and financial stability, ensuring that you can face career challenges without the added burden of financial stress. First National Bank, here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tunes. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640, or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
When you feel the vibes and the music sweet, KFC on the road giving you the beat. One sandwich, two chicken fries in your hand, a drink to go, best deal in the line. Food for the road.
Enjoy Food for the Road this carnival. For only $30, you get 2 pieces of chicken, 1 sandwich, 1 regular fries, a biscuit, and a 16-ounce soda. But that's not all. There's more. When you purchase this offer, you get a chance to win carnival costumes, event tickets, KFC vouchers, and more. This carnival season, get your KFC Food for the Road.
It's finger licking good.
This is We Summer. Get ready for the biggest and wildest deals from Flow.
Summer comes with the best deals for ya. Switch it up, this is We Summer. Flow says this is We Summer. We Summer. Hey.
Who got the best deals? It's Flow. But the postpaid Wi-Fi you go. Go to billing house, save more for sure.
This is We Summer. Bundle broadband now with postpaid and get your bill cut in half. Plus, get up to 4 Samsung Galaxy smartphones for only $4.
15,000 in cash is that. 15,000 in cash, win that.
Win $15,000 in cash when you sign up, switch up, top up, or pay up with Flow.
Summer. Flow says this is We Summer. We Summer. Hey.
Flow, keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
Y'all don't hear the hot sale Palace House have going on? From 30 to 50% off on back-to-school items, stationery, furniture, clothing, shoes, and so much more. Clearance sale, I tell you. Everything must go. You can even get items for as low as $1. Palace House. Visit us today at Makewood Street, Castries, or call us at 452-2250.
Get your accommodation ready for the event season. Jazz, T20 cricket, and of course, St. Lucia Carnival with hot showers powered by a tropical solar water heater. We offer a variety of sizes for any house, apartment, or hotel, and efficient installation within 24 to 48 hours of purchase. Call us today to find out what specials we have in store for you. With 3 convenient locations in Beaufort, 454-6344, Castries, 453-1868, or Grosley, 450-8201. Tropical Solar, good for the environment, good for you.
Discover the future of body imaging innovation at La Clinique du Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, where the gold standard in MRI technology meets unparalleled medical expertise. From the intricate neural pathways of the brain to the delicate structures of the spine, and from the vital functions of the heart to detailed multi-parametric MRI of the prostate, our higher resolution images see the unseen from head to toe. Our radiation-free Signa Prime Tesla 1.5 MRI machine is assisted by artificial intelligence, enhancing its precision in creating quality images for our trained radiologists to give you more accurate readings. Our facility ensures fast access to specialist doctors, including pain management, rheumatology, and family medicine. Proudly serving as a world-class facility in the OECS, we bring international standards of healthcare within your reach. There is no longer a need to travel overseas for superior medical services. Experience the pinnacle of diagnostic precision and patient care right here in St. Lucia. Schedule your MRI with La Clinique du Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence located in Cocoville, Rodney Bay. Call 451-6559 for your appointment. For your peace of mind, ask about our flexible financing options, including our co-pay system for clients with healthcare.
Ladies and gentlemen, mark your calendars for the biggest shopping event of the season. It's the M&C Home Depot and Sunbelt Warehouse Sale, happening on Friday, July 26th and Saturday 27th at the Old Bryden's Warehouse in Bois d'Ouange. Get ready for unbelievable discounts of 50% to 75% off on a wide range of items. Yes, you heard that right. 50 to 75% off on everything you need for your home and garden, from tools and housewares to home decor and garden essentials. You'll find it all at unbeatable prices. Join us at the Old Bryden's Warehouse in Wadouange on July 26th and 27th for the giant warehouse sale. Don't miss out on these incredible deals. Doors open at 8 a.m. sharp, so come early and bring your friends and family. The M&C Home Depot and Sunbelt Warehouse sale is the event you don't want to miss. See in-store.
At Caribbean Pastiche Limited, we offer high-quality products from Martinique, and our ready mix is made with casting sand, not regular pumice. Compared to regular pumice, casting sand saves you in your cement use. At Caribbean Pastiche Limited, our materials come from porcelain stones, which is used as an additive in creating cement. Caribbean Pastiche Limited is located in Bexon, behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastiche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
According to a WhatsApp message I got yesterday, somebody asks me to pose a question to Shazi, and it reads, ask Shazi to explain why the St. Lucia Consulate in Martinique is closed for weeks now, and all of them are getting paid for doing nothing. St. Lucians in the diaspora are crying for help. Unnecessary spending on renovations. Shaking my head. And that was a WhatsApp message sent to me yesterday. I did promise at the conclusion of the broadcast on Tuesday to read it today. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Good afternoon.
A pleasant good afternoon to you, Timothy, and your listeners all over the world. VW on the line, Timothy. Timothy, I haven't heard from you for the last few weeks.
You haven't heard from me?
So, well, yeah. So I
don't know what you... No, I don't know what you mean by that.
I haven't heard from you. What I mean to say, Timothy,
I don't
understand. I haven't been listening to your show for the last few weeks.
Right. Say that.
So, but thank you for the endorsement 2 weeks ago for the Shelton Daniels show. You wanted me to go on and call into so I can bring up the rating. Thank you very much for the endorsement, Timothy. Thank you very much.
Go ahead, sir.
I hope Mr. Bermuda will call you and thank you for the endorsement.
Great one.
You know,
never anticipated that.
Timothy, a few years ago, St. Lucians would, elect politicians of integrity. And they would respect business people as well, Timothy. Especially if your business is a business, that you would, whatever you preach, Timothy, is what you do, Timothy. So, today, Timothy, I have been saying to myself that I've been listening to a number of radio programs, including yours, Timothy, and a lot of business people. When you walk into the business place, you will see they have mission statement, vision statement, and they stand by the vision statement and the mission statement. But it is mind-boggling when you have a business place that has two individuals that come on a program, Timothy, and they insult people to the highest degree. They actually insult women, disrespect people, go into their family business, and curse people, use obscene language. When it comes to attacking people that do not like what they say, Timothy. You know, and, you know, it makes me very sad that you have a doctor, which maybe that I know, that is the CEO, he is the owner of that radio station. And he will not say to these individuals, do not do that, you know, on my name. I will not allow you all to do such a thing in my name. And when it comes to my company. But this doesn't happen. This individual, that particular doctor, you know who I'm talking about, Timothy, he will never say to these individuals, you know, do not do that, you know, because this radio station has to be a radio station that sticks to its core values, its mission statement, its vision statement, and would prevent these people from coming on that NBC Real to say what they have to say, to disrespect people to the highest degree. I believe this individual should come out and stop these two people from disrespecting solutions, you know, and also he should come out and tell these two individuals, do not say anything disrespectful to women and do not go into people's personal business when it comes to the politics of this country. Timothy, I thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. WhatsApp message. As Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Ernest Hilaire, who seems to be handling most of our money, should not be focusing only on tourism and the creative industries. What about health? Your hospitals have no medication, including for the mentally ill, who you promised free treatment. Most people with mental health problems cannot afford to buy medication, and it's so sad to see that they get sick because the medicines are not available to them. Fix that, Mr. Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister. And let's turn over to Kimani and the chat room.
In the chat room, someone says, I am a UWP supporter. I don't think any politicians can stop crime. Those young people have no kind of remorse for society. They do have as they please. It's time they bring back the GALLAS. How do you pronounce that, Tim?
G what?
The gallows? GALLAS.
No, the gallows.
The gallows.
Gallows. They meant gallows. GALLOW.
Someone says, Tim, there is a saying that one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. So knowing that Labour Party supporters are Labour Party supporters, I expect there to be supporters at the march because that is what they know. Tim, I haven't heard you speak about the condition of the roads for a while now. Any update? Another comment, those issues are many. It will require a Herculean task to right this wrong, not to mention the economy. We have serious debt. Someone says, I agree, CIP is a scandal and has been so from inception, not only with this administration. It's just that as time progresses, it is becoming more glaring. So all administrations who have been involved in the sale of passports in St. Lucia and other parts of the Caribbean have played their part in the scandal and corruption. Tim, I don't want to believe the Ministry of Health is not hearing our cries about the mosquitoes that are plaguing our communities. Why are they not passing with the smoker in the different communities? And the doctors are on the news talking about dengue. The ministry is not doing anything to prevent it. As far as I'm concerned, covering your water is not the only measure.
And we have another flyer, this time featuring Castries South MP, Dr. Ernest Hilaire. 3-year anniversary celebration starts from 4:30 p.m. Castries South Constituency Office in Cicero. And that is scheduled for July the 26th. Celebration time. Come on. Kimani, more comments in the chat room.
Someone says, smoke and mirrors alone of this government, yet when in opposition they claim that they'd be a government of transparency. Maybe the meaning of this has changed since they got into power. But I mean, it's a time of celebration. I think it's their 3-year anniversary now. Not saying that we should not speak on matters
But you'll be there? You'll be there celebrating?
No.
In your constituency, I think it's Denry, either Denry North or Denry North. Yeah, you'll be there celebrating with your MP.
I will not be there, but I'm just saying that, we can't always just focus primarily on crime, what's happening at the hospital, the roads. Sometimes it's good, Tim, to release some of that pressure and celebrate.
In a way you're funny, but in a way you're not funny. But anyway.
Another comment in the
Thanks
chat.
for the laugh, Kimani. Thank you so much. We really need it. We really need it in our country.
Another comment in the chat, someone says, this is who we are as a nation, Tim. Back in our country, once we get a border, nothing else matters. Sad but true. How can this country thrive? Another comment, someone says, corruption or the appearance of it is our number 2 problem. Tim, Home Affairs joined crime prevention, so Jeremiah is the minister for both now. That's it for me in the chat room, Tim.
Someone is asking me, Tim, your MP didn't invite you to the 3-year celebration? I don't think she's likely to. I don't think she likes me anyway. Guess who that MP is? 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. I think we have a call on the landline. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yes, caller. Good afternoon.
I have a problem with Mr. Philippe J. Pierre, our Prime Minister of St. Lucia.
I was about to say who doesn't, but anyway, go ahead.
And said, well, he wants aid for Grenada and St. Vincent, but he wants monetary aid. He doesn't want water, he doesn't want clothes, he doesn't want tapolin, he doesn't want nothing. But hear that. He came with the 2.5 levy and tell the people is for health and security. Who will believe Philip J. Pierre when he collects money now? They will know how much he sent to Grenada, how much he sent to St. Vincent, or if, on the line, if he sent any money to these places. People of St. Lucia do not trust our Prime Minister, Philip J. Pierre. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you so much. But I have no reason to doubt that when you contribute your finances towards this rehabilitation or recovery effort in those islands that were battered by Hurricane Beryl, that the monies will find their way over to those affected territories and the citizens, because this is a very serious matter. We have another call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Hi, Tim, how are you?
I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon to you. How about you?
I am good as can be.
Yeah.
I was listening a while ago to your favorite caller. The one that you had abandoned for a long time. You haven't called him, PW.
Who's that? PW, yes.
And he was making a point. And I think it's very relevant. I've been thinking about it for a while, and I was trying to formulate in my mind how to say it. He was speaking to radio stations allowing, a certain radio station allowing the host on a specific program to broadcast insults, etc. to people. But the thing is, Tim, I think we should be really speaking to those companies that advertise on that radio, who use that radio, that station to advertise their products. Because a lot of these companies have all sorts of values. They project their values in such a way. And I'm talking about in terms of the real, what we call blue chip companies, the top companies in St. Lucia, those with the deep pockets that support all sorts of charities and worthy causes, etc., and so on. And they are the ones who are funding the attacks on the population, if you will. Now, in other countries, in more enlightened countries, the public could take care of that simply by shifting their business from those companies, unless those companies now in turn stop supporting, providing the fuel to that TV station to continue these assaults on the public. But unfortunately, our population is small and people have limited options as to where they can get certain services. So in a sense, they are tied in. But that should not allow people not to urge those companies to they themselves stick to their values for ethical behavior decent behavior towards citizens, etc., and stop feeding that particular station that allows this assault on the sensitivities of people. I think the population should give that a very, very serious consideration and find a way to do it. I know, for example, you can't just move your business. You probably can't get it elsewhere. But there must be a way where we can stop that kind of behavior in the community. There's one other thing I want to speak to, and that is the CIP. And I suspect people are not fully appreciative of what is going on here. I am a man of numbers, and I like to give people examples of numbers. And you could, if you'll allow me, I'll go through it and see how things will pile up. Let's assume, for example, the statutory amount for a passport is, say, $200,000 US. Okay. Now let's go on further and assume that passport is being undersold and goods going out at $150,000 US, so it's $50,000 US below the statutory price, and out of that 150 US is being sold for 125 is going to come to the government, right? And 25 is going to go to those persons who will facilitate the selling of the passports below the $200,000. Okay, so no longer is it got for 200,000. So the government would lose $50,000 automatically, and then to facilitate that loss, the person who's buying the passport is going to pay only $150,000, but 125 of that will go to the government, and the $25,000 is go to the myriad of people who are doing whatever they shouldn't be doing. Now, that 125, from what I understand, is going to go into some sort of account in the Far East, an escrow account it's called. I don't know if we can call it that properly. But the 25,000, which is going to the other persons, that 25,000 is going to be banked in Dubai, Rwanda, all kind of places. Certainly not in St. Lucia. Okay? Now, the 125, when that money has got to be sent back to St. Lucia, it has to pass through the U.S. banking system. Okay? And one of the rules concerning this is that the persons who's looking to move that money back to the U.S. banking system must provide source of funds, because the banks are very strict on this. All right? Now, when they go and they say, okay, these are funds being sourced from CIP program in St. Lucia, and the bank now is going to go and validate that information, and the bank is going to go to the CIP website and perhaps see that the statutory selling price for those things is $200,000. The question arises now as to why is it being sold for 150 or 125, whatever it is. So automatically now those monies are being flagged, and the bank will refuse to transfer the money through the system, because if the authorities catch on to this thing happening, then the fines that are put on these banks are so huge, they will not take a chance. So this is going to be in the instance of just one passport, right? If we say 3,000-4,000 passports, do you understand the amount of money that's filtering out? And we are being hit from two places. One, those persons who are facilitating the fraud. If, for example, we have 5,000 passports, and their share of facilitating this fraud is $25,000. Multiply that by 5,000, and we pick up a leakage of $125 million US. People have got to understand this thing. This is a lot of money. That money alone could finish off the hospital. It alone could finish off the port. It alone could build this what they call it, the halls of justice. That is a lot of money. That's the money that's leakage, you call it, right? I don't know where it's going to, leakage. Now, the remaining 125,000 that's stuck in the bank in Hong Kong, US, Dubai, Georgia, and all those places, it cannot come back to St. Lucia because the banks will not allow it the American banks will not allow that money to flow through their banks. So people have got to stop, and a lot of people, when you speak to them about it, they throw up their hands in despair and say, oh, blah, 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 why are you saying this? It doesn't concern us. It does concern us, because if you break it down into an individual passport and then scale it up, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, you start to see significant sums of money. Now, the 125 million that I spoke about as effectively the payment to facilitate the fraud, if you convert that to EC, that is 337,500,000 EC in the hands of the wrong persons. That these monies could buy an election. How many voters do we have in St. Lucia? We have a population about 180.
About that.
I think in 180,000. In the last election, we had what was the percentage of persons who voted? I think it was 50%.
Yeah, a little.
So if the electorate say 120,000, 50% voted, that's 60,000. Somebody could pay 60,000 people, right? $5,000 each, and that is you buy an election.
And that's enough to buy election, yeah.
You buy an election. And that is the scale with which we're speaking about. So people have got to understand that they really got to pay attention to this and do what they can to and put a stop to this kind of behavior. So if you think about property, in the other end, in the end, your life is no longer within your hands. Other people can literally buy everything they want. And there's nothing beyond them. Absolutely nothing beyond them. They can probably get the money back to St. Lucia over a period of time by breaking down into small chunks, so it doesn't come right to the limit. That would cause the authorities to catch sight of it, spread it out over years. But in the meantime, they're living it up well. They're doing what they want. Plus, there's the official jobs that they have, and I'm sure the other things happening in the areas. We are literally Words fail to describe what we are turning into because of this thing called CIP. So people have got to stop, think, and those persons out there who know better, who know a lot better than the average man as to what is going on, should try to explain this to people when they come to you. And the reason I was speaking to someone and trying to explain to them, and that's the only way I can explain it. Break it down to one individual passport and then scale it up by 4,000 or 5,000, and then you see the money's involved. We can't continue like this. We have to be able to get this to people's attention. But otherwise, this concept about a democracy and voting, it goes out through the door. There's no freedom. You are being purchased. And a lot of people now, $5,000 is a lot of money. But $5,000, you vote in somebody in for $5,000, that person gets a job for $13,000 a month, which is what, $156,000 a year. Over 5 years, the person is going to collect $750,000, and you got $5,000. $5,000 at the current prices will not last a year. People have got to get realistic. I understand times are hard, but you have to think long term. Even if you aren't thinking for yourself, think about your kids. If you have kids, what are you giving them when, for your short term satisfaction and benefit and whatever it is, you are selling their lives out for $5,000. All right? That's all I wanted to say about this, but I'm hoping people can take this conversation and spread it out.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Still to come, waiting for the promised press conference by the island's police commissioner. This is the most monitored talk show in the world.
Ouais, messieurs. Pas genre, dis-moi la KSP plein bomb glow. Si t'en l'en pani pressure. Moi ni tongue, moi ni glow, mais money pressure. Ou savez ça moi besoin? A pomme. Ça c'est bêtise. Moi ka aller ko Europa. Yo ni tout pomme pour toute condition. Qui pour kay, qui pour business. Yo ni pli mer pour pomme cette ici. Yo ka ranger pomme aussi qui besoin service. Prendre pomme yo c'est Léo. Pomme ça c'est major. Ils vont tout bonnement. Tant si ten mois à cholma. Glo ka fante.
Europa ni pomme glo Léo à pour les 9 juin et gris.
Visitez Europa ambassade Gozile. Les mots au téléphone 452 0763.
There is only one option when they arrive. services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640. Or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely. First National Bank acknowledges the significance and accountability associated with vehicle ownership. For this reason, we have partnered with leading insurers to provide our vehicle loan customers with motor vehicle insurance that is not only comprehensive but also affordable. Policies cover a wide range of scenarios, ensuring that whether it's a minor mishap or a major accident, you're protected without the worry of financial strain. This insurance is designed to integrate seamlessly into your lifestyle, safeguarding your journey without adding to your financial burdens. Our preferential rates are part of our commitment to ensuring that every customer can drive with peace of mind. We believe that safety on the road is a necessity, not a luxury. With First National Bank, you're not just a customer, you're part of a community that values your safety and financial well-being. First National Bank, here for you.
This is We Summer. Get ready for the biggest and wildest deals from Flow.
Summer comes with a best deals for ya. Switch it up, 'cause this is We Summer. Flow says this is We Summer. We Summer, hey.
Who got the best deals? It's Flow. Bundle postpaid Wi-Fi, you go. Go to billing house, save more for sure.
This is We Summer. Bundle broadband now with postpaid and get your bill cut in half. Plus, get up to 4 Samsung Galaxy smartphones for only $4.
15,000 in cash is that. 15,000 in cash, win that.
Win $15,000 in cash when you sign up, switch up, top up, or pay up with Flow.
Summer, Flow says this is We Summer. We Summer, hey.
Flow, keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
When you feel the vibes and the music sweet, KFC on the road giving you the beat. One sandwich, so chicken fries in your hand. A drink to go, best deal in the land. Food for the road.
Enjoy Food for the Road this carnival. For only $30, you get 2 pieces of chicken, 1 sandwich, 1 regular fries, a biscuit, and a 16-ounce soda. But that's not all. There's more. When you purchase this offer, you get a chance to win carnival costumes, event tickets, KFC vouchers, and more. This carnival season, get your KFC Food for the Road.
It's finger licking good.
Discover the future of body imaging innovation at La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, where the gold standard in MRI technology meets unparalleled medical expertise. From the intricate neural pathways of the brain to the delicate structures of the spine, and from the vital functions of the heart to detailed multi-parametric MRI of the prostate, our higher resolution images see the unseen from head to toe. Our radiation-free Signa Prime Tesla 1.5 MRI machine is assisted by artificial intelligence, enhancing its precision in creating quality images for our trained radiologists to give you more accurate readings. Our facility ensures fast access to specialist doctors, including pain management, rheumatology, and family medicine. Proudly serving as a world-class facility in the OECS, we bring international standards of healthcare within your reach. There is no longer a need to travel overseas for superior medical services. Experience the pinnacle of diagnostic precision and patient care right here in St. Lucia. Schedule your MRI with La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence located in Cocoville, Rodney Bay. Call 451-6559 for your appointment. For your peace of mind, ask about our flexible financing options, including our copay system for clients with healthcare.
Get your accommodation ready for the event season. Jazz, T20 cricket, and of course, St. Lucia Carnival with hot showers powered by a tropical solar water heater. We offer a variety of sizes for any house, apartment, or hotel, and efficient installation within 24 to 48 hours of purchase. Call us today to find out what specials we have in store for you. With 3 convenient locations in Beaufort, 454-6344, Castries 453-1868 or Grosile 450-8201. Tropical Solar, good for the environment, good for you.
To have a strong structure, you must have a strong foundation. And at Caribbean Pastors Limited, we offer top quality aggregate materials at great prices. We supply high quality ready mix, cast in sand and plaster in sand. We also take special requests for specific materials that you may require for your building projects. Caribbean Pastors Limited is located in Bexon behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open from Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastors Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
A press conference. We're still waiting. Is it right that we should wait this long? Is it sufficient for us to remain silent? Are we to be satisfied that the DPP coming out to say what he said is somehow going to solve the problem? That none of the ministers responsible for national security have passed comment? The Bar Association, civil society, no one has seen the need to raise alarm bells?
The leader of the parliamentary opposition speaking earlier today during a press conference of the United Workers' Party, asking the question, how long should we wait for the promised press conference by the island's police commissioner? How long? Kimani, I know you were anticipating that question from me. How long should we wait?
We shouldn't have to wait at all.
This is madness, you know.
It is.
Yeah, it is madness, it is weird, it is strange, it is unacceptable. In most jurisdictions, and we don't have to go far, we don't have to go beyond the region. In Barbados, Jamaica, Trinidad, St. Vincent, Antigua, by now you'd have heard from the police commissioner, particularly based on some of the allegations that were made by the Director of Public Prosecutions. Answer your name. Explain some of the claims that were made. For example, not having received the particular file, the matter involving so many other cases, including that incident, Shakadan incident, you know. So the police commissioner knows that she can get away with it. So why call a press conference? I would not be surprised that she would demit office in August and not convene a press conference. Why I'm saying that? Because in the past, she has promised that there are certain issues that were brought to her attention. She would deal with it. She would have spoken on it. She promised that to several reporters, and likewise, by extension, to the people of St. Lucia. But to no avail. And you could scream, you can shout as much as you want. The same happens with government ministers. If they don't want to react, they will not react. The Prime Minister says going forward, he will not be addressing the CIP matter. That's it.
And I guess like the DPP said, she's the busiest commissioner.
And the DPP said, I'm serious, I'm not kidding. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. Somebody just sent me a WhatsApp message. Now, unfortunately, the island has recorded another homicide. This time over in Balata, and I'll send a particular picture, hopefully in the right place, so that the producer will get that picture and we could share it with the audience. So I've just sent it. Okay, we have video as well, and we have a picture. So we'll be sharing that with you momentarily. So stand by as we are reporting another homicide. This time it occurred over in Balata. According to my source, just happened in Balata at 1:47, and that is 13 minutes before 2 o'clock, and we're at number 46, the number of homicides recorded so far for this year. And you're telling me we should celebrate. Let us all celebrate, because we have achieved as a nation, as a people, we have achieved so much between July 26th of 2021 and, as we speak now, the 24th of July of 2024. Obviously, to some of us at least, the government has failed the people of St. Lucia in a number of areas, in particular as far as its response to the nation's crime problem. And again, yet another homicide, and this time in Balata, currently under investigation. What will the response be, if any at all, from the island's National Security Minister, at least today? Will we hear anything from the Home Affairs Minister today? Will we hear anything from the Crime Prevention Minister today? Or let us wait until Friday. Let us celebrate the great achievement of this administration. 452-2979, 452-2979, your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. Don't know what's happening in the chat room, Kimani. Any comments to report on?
Tim, I think the homicide yesterday made 46, and this one would make 47.
Okay, I read somewhere it's 45. I have not confirmed with the authorities, so it's 45 or 46. So maybe now it will be either 46 or 47, but I'm not too sure.
And Jeremiah Norbert also holds the portfolio of Home Affairs and also Crime Prevention.
Yes.
But Shazi didn't take the bait to answer the question that the listener had for him, but he is in the chat, pretty active. I'm hoping he will call. But in the chat room, someone says the voting public should not be for sale, but oh well. Another comment, like Tim said, I think sometime this week, and it's something that I've been saying myself for a long time. Same government, same bad practices, just one day red, next day yellow. A YouTube comment, couldn't the SLP wait to be re-elected before they celebrate at the 3-year mark? Is life that good while we grapple with a rising crime rate and high cost of living? So sad when only just a few can be happy. Another YouTube comment, lately the average St. Lucian does not understand CIP. They think the government is actually selling each passport. They are not. Foreigners sell for them. The problem is that the people of St. Lucia are thinking that they are powerless, but they are not. The government is just playing with their minds. They just have to demand answers from the government. Simple.
Okay, another source of police officer saying to me, 46. That's homicide number 46, so I'm correct.
All right. Another comment, the people are the ones focusing on crimes, roads, etc., etc. The government is focusing on keeping the people happy with celebrations so that they can continue to protect the victory. That's it for me in the chat.
We have sufficient time to take one final call at 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. Let me see there. Somebody says there, Shaz is online talking all nonsense, but he has failed to respond to your question.
He did comment by saying the Consulate General Office is doing its job assisting all St. Lucians who walk into the office. My track record speaks for me, so it makes no sense replying to propaganda.
Okay. All right, let me see if we have another. Okay, let's see if we have a call. We have a call from the diaspora, I think. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Is that a call from the diaspora? Hello?
Yes, good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, caller. Good afternoon.
Yes, Tim. I agree 100% with PW because I had an experience with one of them fellas. That was the way back. I was going to school and they had an event, and this person, this individual, kicked down my cousin in front of me, and that man is very insultive, and that man is very a bully, and he keeps on disrespecting people on the TV show, saying whatever he wants, as if he's the world, how I would say, monster. you know. But as I know, they have a day to start and a day to finish. But and we need to be more loving in this country, team. We have no love for each other. We need to be more loving. We need to be more caring. We need to be more there for each other. We too, how would say that, team? We all about the place whenever we want. So, I recently was watching that carnival thing, seeing them mothers with the babies in carnival whining, you know, kind of nastiness with the babies in trolleys, in push-ups. You know, that's very disrespectful. I mean, come on, man. You have your children, put your children on a side and do your thing, but you can't have your child pushing in a stroller and then doing them kind of nastiness on the road, and they have nothing. Where is that child support? Where is that where people are supposed to be responsible for them things? I mean, come on, man. We have no dignity. We have no pride in ourselves. As a mother, you are your child on social media everywhere. You pushing your child, you whining, half naked, without kind of nastiness on the road with your child. Come on, man. We need to be more responsible, man. Updating.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling, sir. Let me turn my attention to our NewsSpin news of the day. Last Sunday was Earth's hottest day in recorded history. Last Sunday was Earth's hottest day in recorded history. And that was our NewsSpin news of the day. Our question of the day: why would criminals be threatening the police? Why would criminals be threatening the police? And we have a response from ACP Luke De Freitas of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, who has issued a statement.
In the wake of recent police action in combating crime on the island, several threats, including threats of death, have been hurled at members of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, in person and increasingly over social media. Some of those brazen pronouncements, made over multiple online platforms, included threats of targeted attacks against specific members of the force. Whilst the Royal St. Lucia Police Force respects the rights of citizens to comment on issues of national interest, language that incites or facilitates violence or otherwise constitutes credible threats to members of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force or any other person for that matter is unlawful. The seriousness of those threats, the context, and the perceived intent of those responsible are factors considered in determining whether such matters are pursued summarily or indictably. It is therefore essential that citizens be cautious and responsible when engaging in online communication to avoid legal consequences. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force condemns those attacks and will do all that is legally possible to protect its members. Investigators will seek to identify and pursue without fail all persons responsible. Section 114 of the Criminal Code of St. Lucia makes it an offense for a person to threaten another with death or grievous harm with intent to put that other person in fear of death or grievous harm, and is liable on conviction and indictment to imprisonment for 5 years or on summary conviction to imprisonment for 2 years. As the Royal St. Lucia Police Force continues its relentless pursuit to deter criminal activity on this country, we will not sit idly by and allow threats to be made to our members. We again reinforce the fact that we will pursue relentlessly all those responsible.
Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mr. Luke De Freitas, bringing to a conclusion another edition of the most monitored talk show in the world. My name is Timothy Poleon. Goodbye.